Hi there, and welcome to Journeys Begun. I'm your host, Dave, and I'm so glad you can join me as we take a look at this great little journey. Yeah, I mean great and little, since although it was a journey that hardly took much time, it was an amazing, relaxing, and rejuvenating trip that delivered on many fronts. This video is the third and last in a series that takes us to the beautiful ABC Islands of Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. Please check out the other videos to see the stunning places I visited that were not far from the ports, and all without breaking the bank. Today the cruise ship pulled into Curacao, a Caribbean island known for its vibrant Dutch colonial architecture, beautiful beaches, stunning sunsets, and a unique cultural blend. Located outside of the hurricane belt, it offers a reliably sunny, warm climate for most of the year. I had about 7 hours to spend here, and as in the other ports, I chose not to go with any of the cruise ship excursions so as to save some money, but more so to be free to do as I please. Even as the ship was pulling into the dock at Willemstad, I couldn't help but notice this awesome infinity pool with its own little beach area, complete with palm trees, right on the waterfront. I was intrigued and wanted to find out more, as it was a short walk away from the port. Stepping off the ship, I found out that it was the Wind Creek Carnival Casino Resort. Further inquiry at their front desk revealed that they had an offer for the day, $60 per head to access their infinity pool area and facilities, with a $20 return in food coupons. Now, if you saw my previous video of Bonaire and the awesome deal that they had at the resort there, this one was not going to compare with that. Nevertheless, it still beats paying for an excursion, putting up with bus rides to your point of interest, jostling with others who all walk in at the same time trying to snag a coveted spot when you eventually get there, and most often having to deal with a limited menu if food was included in the package. Weighing the options, I decided to give this a try, took on their package offer, and boy was I glad I did. This place has a great well-spaced out area at their infinity pool. There were plenty of recliners to lounge on, and almost all were under the shade of beautiful palm trees or straw palapa-like coverings. There were no crowds. I'm guessing that was because not many knew about it, or perhaps the bulk of people coming off the ship took off in other directions. Regardless, the place was relatively less crowded and remained so all through the day. I wasted no time in getting into the pool and just soaking up the views. The beach area and water were clean. The floor in the pool soft and sandy. One thing I did notice, however, was that the wall at the edge of the infinity pool could have been cleaner, as it was a bit slimy, but that's a minor issue. I just avoided the area. This is a saltwater pool, and I always enjoy a good soak in salt water whenever I get the chance. It is beneficial, but has drawbacks. It helps with skin exfoliation, has great mineral and antibacterial value, but overuse or prolonged exposure can lead to skin dryness and irritation, so it's okay in small doses. Well, paddling around lazily for a bit made me hungry, and it wasn't long before I went back to the chair to lounge, relax, and peruse the menu. The staff at the Infinity Pool Bar were very friendly and helpful. If you liked, they even offered massages right there by the pool area. I passed on that though. Soon I was doing justice to a bucket of ice-smothered lager bottles and enjoying some great food. Those food vouchers sure came in handy. What a beautiful way to chill. I did, of course, save time to stroll around town and scout out the nearby area. Curacao is a cultural melting pot. Due to its history of Spanish, Portuguese, Dutch, and West African influences, the island's culture, food, and language are a diverse mix. Many locals speak Papiamento, a Creole language with roots in those aforementioned places, including French and English. The origin of a famous liqueur, the island is the birthplace of Curacao liqueur, made from the dried peels of the local bitter Laraja orange. The brilliant blue color is just for marketing. The flavor is the same as the clear variety. Close by was the Queen Emma Bridge. Nicknamed the Swinging Old Lady, this floating pontoon bridge is one of two that connects the two sides of Willemstad and swings open to allow ships into the harbor. From this bridge, you can also see the Queen Juliana Bridge, which was constructed to take road traffic over to the other side of the St. Anna Bay. This one doesn't need to swing open, as it is about 185 feet above the water at its apex. The iconic waterfront strip in the capital city of Willemstad is lined with brightly painted Dutch colonial buildings. It is one of the most photographed locations in the Caribbean. There's much more to Curacao, but this is not a history channel. I was just glad I visited here and was able to get some great moments of relaxation in all the 3 ports I visited in the ABC Islands. It was awesome to be able to go to beaches and other public spaces that were clean, not very crowded, beautifully kept, and without hawkers buzzing around you. These islands make for great little getaways, and if you looked about, you would find some wonderful offers that would fit every budget, as I did. Check out the other videos in this series and learn of those neat places and deals that I got. Also, double-check them for current rates as things change. All things considered, I am sure you will have a wonderful time in the ABC Islands. I am not a tour promoter in any way and have no affiliations to any of the places I visit. I am just sharing what I experienced firsthand and hoping that you might avail of these great opportunities yourself. Please take time to get out into nature as often as you can. Feel the sand and the earth under your feet. You'll be much the better for it. I'd like to remind you to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you immensely to those that have done so already. It is much appreciated. I am grateful for having you join me on this trip. And here's to many more. Happy trails, y'all.